Welcome to Reread. We're on the third novel in the Fate of the Jedi series, written by Troy Denning. This one's called Abyss. He brings Raynor back for just a short while. Raynor decides it's time for him to start integrating with the rest of the Jedi. He is in one other scene. It's hilarious because he talks one of the crazy Jedi into leaving with Luke and Han. I mean, Leia and Han. And as they're flying off, Leia's like, "You're doing a lot of good here, Raynor. I think you're ready to, get out more." And Han goes, "Yeah, you're really good with the cray." And he kind of looks at Raynor because Raynor was crazy and goes, people with mental illnesses. It's really funny. Troy Denning keeps making me laugh, man. Luke and Ben go to visit the mind drinkers. This is honestly, in my opinion, the best part of the book because in this, they go out of their body into this netherworld and they see a lot of things. Abeloth is hinted at. Luke doesn't know who she is yet, but he's seen an image of her. And they're still trying to find out what made Jason go bad. But instead, they're going to go to the Lake of Apparitions. This is really the best scene in the whole book where Anakin comes back. Yes, the Anakin Solo. And he meets Ben for the first time, says hello, tells, Uncle Luke, talks to Uncle Luke, says it's not his fault that he died. And please tell Tahiri I still love her. And then we see Mara Skywalker come back. And of course, she warns Luke and Ben that they should not be here. Do not go near that woman. She's bad news. And is so proud of who Ben has become, has grown up to be a man. And then finally, waiting, and you have to say their name for them to rise up to the water's edge. And they see Luke. Ben makes a funny comment saying, "Dad, you've been around for a long time. I'm sure you know a lot of dead people. So please don't talk to everyone. Let's just keep moving." And Luke agrees, but there's one face that makes him stop. And when Ben looks down to see who it is, right underneath the depths is Darth Caedus with his yellow eyes, gaunt look, just looking at them, waiting for him to say his name. And they will not say, Ben won't say his name, but Luke goes, "Jason." And then his eyes go from yellow to brown. He doesn't look as gaunt. He's looking more like Jason, who got called. If they said Darth Caedus, then he would have come up. And so Jason comes up. And I love this because I remember this perfectly. He goes, "I'm not going to apologize." I love it. I love it. You don't get an apology from me. Ben decides to forgive Jason at that point. Jason tells them they have all the time in the world to find their answers, which is obviously a lie, which is what convinces them, yeah, we need to go. Mara's warning doesn't hurt Luke at all, but Jason's little lie at the end there says, "Oh, okay, yeah, we need to go." If Jason says we have plenty of time, that means we're running out of time here. At the same time, though, Luke knows that the apparitions that are helping him through this beyond the veil realm, they are stalling. He finally finds at the end they're stalling because the woman wants them to stay there for a long time. Why? Because the Lost Tribe of the Sith has found Abeloth. Abeloth, I don't know if it's because I know who she is now, but in this book, she is really freaky, scary. Her eyes, her gray eyes, her dark honey hair, and she's making sure the Sith are real, because she's been abandoned on this planet. And of course, she's killing them off, and she's not good for business. Vistari knows this, but the rest of the Sith are kind of getting deceived by Abeloth. Now, Vistari kind of points that out to Lady, I forgot her name right now, Lady Kai or whatever. And she realizes, oh, you're right. Or Ray, I think is what it is. Anyway, she says, "You're right. Abeloth is not good for us. She's actually killing us and destroying us." And so the remaining tribe of the Sith are going to go after the Skywalkers. This is what the big battle is on the battle station at the end. Luke gets attacked by several Sith as they wake up. They get back in their bodies, wake up, leave. But Luke, they're not leaving the mall because Luke has done a blood stain. He's done a blood track, something that Jason learned in the previous books. Luke has now learned how to do. And so he splattered some of his blood on one of the Sith, and that will be used to track them. And so they're going to follow and find out more about this tribe of the Sith. Again, Luke and Ben's story is just great in this one. Now, other things that happen in this one, there's a lot of things. Jaden Core is in it for a little while, which I had forgotten. That was fun. Han drinks some hot chocolate, which I thought was fun too. You think hot chocolate's gone? No, Troy Denning is lovingly bringing it back. And I'll be honest, even I had some hot chocolate too. I felt like what was it, Sebastian from Neverending Story. When my heroes are drinking hot chocolate, I'm drinking with them too. When Han is flying the Falcon, I'm riding Falcor right beside him. I'm getting off. Also, Tahiri's trial is very short. It's like just one chapter. It is a good chapter, though, because Tahiri knows it's just a kangaroo court that she's going to be strung up and, receive the death penalty anyway. So she's not taking it very seriously. But that's all that there was. I thought there was more to that. When Alana and Han are trying to bring the troubled Jedi students, trying to sneak them off planet, they're escaping through the Falcon. And Han lets Alana pick the fake transponder ID, what they're going to use. And so they call the Millennium Falcon the Star Princess. And Han looks at her and went, "What?" She went, "It's a pretty name, Grandpa." I loved it. I loved it. I loved it that they're the Star Princess for a short time, even though everyone, even the guy who knows he's calling on the Star Princess, knows it's the Millennium Falcon and knows that it's Solo too. It's so good. And as they're faking an emergency landing, Han is saying, "Look, I have my daughter with me. Why would I fake this? We're really prepared to crash." And Alana goes, she lets out a scream and goes, "Daddy, we're doomed." And 3PO goes, "I'm so glad you said that. Every time I say it, Captain Solo just switches me off." And it's so good. And as Alana lets out another scream just to fake it, while 3PO is really screaming and going on about how doomed they really are. It's a fantastic scene. Again, Troy Denning just makes me laugh. There's so many good scenes in this one. It's so much fun. Now, there is one other thing I forgot to mention. When Ben is talking to Jason, and this is perfect here, Ben goes, as Jason's going back down, to the bottom of the surface or to the bottom of the lake of apparitions, Ben goes, goodbye, Jason. Have a good whatever, afterlife or whatever. And then, but Jason finishes his sentence, goes, "Damnation." It's so good. Now they say they don't know if what they saw was real. They're questioning it. Luke thought it was real at the time, but as they're going back and forth, was it real or not? They don't know. Maybe they'll never know. And I think that saved Troy Denning from having a bunch of arguments online with fans, whether it was real or not. And here's the thing. Usually I hate that. I hate bringing the dead back to do this type of thing. I hate that. It's just cheap and not relative to the story. Yet this time, I absolutely loved it. It's the best part of the book. It is so good. People say, "Matt, don't you want to see more of Anakin?" No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't want to see any more of them. But that was really good. I loved all. And by the way, it was done perfectly. Anakin first, then Mara, because you're very interested in Mara, then Jason at the end. It's perfect because he knows if he does Jason first, we don't care about Mara or Anakin as much. So the anticipation of how the order of how they all came out was good too. So far, excellent book. Way better than I remember. This is it's coming up to be a good series, and I can't wait to read the next one next time.